Getting into fights at school. Concerned for his future, Denzel's mother sent him away to the Oakland Academy boarding school to straighten him out. It was a prep school made up of mostly rich white kids in upstate New York. Denzel was mediocre at academics, but he excelled at sports.
The first time I saw Denzel Washington, I thought it was the second coming of Jackie Robinson. He was a great athlete. He could move. He had good coordination. He made a basket to win a basketball game and wanted to take his picture. He says, "You got to take the picture and follow, pass the ball to me too." That's the kind of a fellow he was. He's always a team fellow.
Denzel dreamed of becoming a famous sports star, but many of his friends thought he might grow up to be a comedian. Underneath his funny facade was a kid who was actually shy and self-conscious about a gap in his front teeth.
I had a lot of great sense of humor, smile. He was very popular. Everybody loved him. And he was a little prankster. He liked to fool around, joke around, but he never did anything wrong.
During his boarding school years, Denzel returned each summer to Mount Vernon to work at the Boys and Girls Club.
I can remember him around the age of 14, 15, and he was committed to his job. He enjoyed his work, and you can see the growth, accepting the responsibility.
In 1972, he enrolled at Fordham University in the Bronx, not far from home. He tried pre-med courses to please his mother, who wanted him to be a doctor, but he couldn't handle the curriculum and switched to journalism. And that, too, failed to ignite his passion, and he finally found his true calling when he took part in a theater production while working at a YMCA summer camp. Denzel returned to college, aiming for the stars. As a college junior, in his first acting class, Denzel boldly told his classmates that he wanted to be the best actor in the world.
Everybody kind of turned around. You want to do what? You want to be what? I don't know. It was kind of a naive thing to say, but that's how I felt. I said, well, I'm going to do acting. I just want to be the best. And I had come into it really with no background or history in my family or whatever.
Denzel devoted himself to learning his new craft. In his senior year, he transferred to Fordham's Theater Arts Wing in Manhattan and studied with Professor Robert Stone. Denzel was passionate about his acting. Still, he had trouble making it to class until his new mentor read him the riot act.
So finally I went to him and said, "Denzel, I admire your talent, but you get your buns into this class and don't cut so frequently. Otherwise you and I are going to have to go to the mat." And he's the kind of young man who was serious enough to where he took that warning and came to class. And we stayed good friends despite that little tip.
Getting to class may have been a problem. Showing off his talent and charm was not.
It was very early. He was like a senior in Fordham, and he'd only done one show, Emperor Jones, and he was so good to work with. I would give Denzel something that quickly he'd remember it. Never had to repeat with Denzel Washington. You give him a point, he's got it for life. When he walked into the workshop, the girls just went ape. They immediately fell in love with Denzel Washington, He's always been such a gorgeosity, I call him.
In his senior year, Denzel landed the lead in a Fordham production of Othello. His performance proved he had enormous talent, and it literally changed his life. Denzel's childhood mentor came to see him in Othello and was stunned to find this young man who had found his vocation.
The impact and the power of his craft at that time was really quite overwhelming. And at that point, he knew exactly where he wanted to go and what he wanted to do.
I called up all the agents I knew at that point. He was interviewed by several of them, and one of them even signed him up for a television show.
The 1977 television movie Wilma was Denzel's first professional break. It profiled Olympic gold medalist Wilma Rudolph. Denzel got the role of Wilma's husband while he was still a senior at Fordham. On the set, he spotted a pretty young actress, Pauletta Pearson, who had a small part. They became friends. Denzel graduated with a double degree in journalism and drama. Professor Stone pulled more strings and helped get Denzel into the prestigious American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. But after only a year, he left to test his luck in Hollywood.